Welcome back to this channel. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe. Another one incoming as Vice President Osinbajo gave $300 each to over 400 APC delegates in Adamawa, Taraba states. Let's get into the details. As the Nigerian naira continues to struggle against the United States dollars, the Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has stepped up his game of clinching the presidential ticket of the All Progressive Congress (APC) with the distribution of $300 each to about 400 presidential nomination delegates in Adamawa and Taraba states. The vice president reportedly switched from doling out money in naira to hard currency in order to stay on top of his game. At a meeting held behind closed doors in Jalingo, the Taraba state capital, and Yola in Adamawa state on Wednesday, Osinbajo gave each delegate to the APC National Convention $300. I was handed an envelope containing $300,000 shortly after the vice president left the hall, a delegate told Shara reporters while displaying the money. He was said to have pleaded with the delegates to favor his candidacy above all others in the race, arguing that he has more experience in governance at home and on the international stage than all of his competitors. Shara reported on April 22nd, 2022, that some presidential delegates of the ruling All Progressive Congress in the Southwest on Friday went home with $250,000 each after attending a meeting with Vice President Yemi Osinbajo in Ibadan, Oyo State. This was what we were given by Osinbajo today, a delegate had said while showing the money package in an envelope. A visible elected vice president was accompanied to the Mona Hotel in Yola, the venue of the meeting, by some APC party senators, House of Representative members, and cronies of President Muhammadu Buhari. Well, we can see that Osinbajo is trying to step up his game. And a lot of people have questioned and have queried Osinbajo because he is a pastor. And they have said that why would a pastor be bribing his way through everything? Because as a pastor, you are in the public light, you are very visible, because you are meant to be holy, according to how people view pastors. They view pastors as saints. You're not meant to make any mistakes because you are called from God. You preach to people. You call the name of God, so you are meant to be holy, and you're not meant to make mistakes. And at the end of the day, he has been accused of giving $300 to some delegates, and if we can see that money is much to 400 people, it's really much. And now that naira is useless, because it's practically useless, so just imagine the dollars he gave them, and that's over 177,000, or even more than that if we're going to convert it to naira. And he is trying to top up his game. And this is what people do during election. They give people things. They do things so that people will be in favor to them, so that they are trying to buy favors. And we can recall that even the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, gave over a multi-billion dollar cars. We could see he gave a lot of SUVs to delegates for his governorship aspiration, because he wants to become the governor. And he gave out a whole lot of money and also gave her cars. And this left a lot of people in shock, to the extent that EFCC had to butt in. And at the end of the day, they said it was his aide and not him that gave out those cars. So during this period, during the time of election, they do all this to buy favor. They do all this so that people will be indebted to them. So at the end of the day, they're buying your vote, they're buying your support, and that is not meant to be so. Whoever is meant to win should win fair and square. Gifts should not be handed, things should not be handed before you can decide on who you're going to vote for or who you're going to support at the end of the day. And a lot of people have seen this act as being unusual, and they've condemned it because they feel that he is a pastor, and even though he is meant to do something like that. It's not meant to do it that way. It's not meant to use money. It's meant to use his mouth to campaign for himself. He's meant to bring his manifesto to campaign for himself. He's not meant to use money to bribe people, to collect favors, to buy favors and all those kind of things. Because they are saying that they can expect it from every other person. And if he wasn't a man of God, people won't really read much into what he did. They will just insult him, say he's corrupt and all. You know how Nigerians are, you know how our politicians are, they lie, they are corrupt, they embezzle funds, and at the end of the day, we don't even see any of the money. So they might have just taken him as all those normal politicians, but now he is under high scrutiny and he is being criticized because he is a pastor. And a lot of people are starting to be annoyed by this act because they are saying that you're a pastor, so why are you engaging and indulging in this kind of things? And people have said that the first mistake that Oshibanjo made was to first enter politics in the first place. And that as a pastor, he is not meant to be in politics because politics is a really dirty game. And at the end of the day, you are staining yourself, you're staining what you stand for. Before Shibanjo entered into politics, before he became the vice president of Nigeria, a lot of people respected him. He was highly respected. He was a pastor, and people saw him in a different light. They saw him as a good person, as really humble, and people had a whole lot of great things to say about this man. They had wonderful things to say about Oshibanjo. But ever since 2015 election and he became the vice president, it has been hell over hell, over hell, over hell. And he has been under scrutiny. They have been bombarding him with all sorts of insults. And because of everything that is happening. We can't fault these people. You can't fault Nigerians because they are pained about everything going on in this country. You can't say that everything going on is making anybody happy. So at the end of the day, he is the vice president of Nigeria. So he is meant to be under scrutiny. Because if you're not under scrutiny, then that means you're not anybody. Everybody is scrutinized in one way or the other, but his own is just more outward because he is a vice president of Nigeria. And at the end of the day, these things needs to stop because they keep buying people over, telling them vote for me, giving people exotic things, and at the end of the day, we make mistakes by putting in wrong people into those positions. Just look at what Malami did. 200 exotic cars he gave, shared it to the delegates, and at the end of the day, it was cars worth billions. It's not even one or two or three or four, 200 cars. And this is what they keep on doing, using the government money for trash, using the government money to do anything they feel like because they know that nobody is going to come and talk to them or nobody can challenge them. Well, it's left to Nigerians to take matters into their own hands and know what to do going forward. Do not forget to hit the like button and subscribe. And to our loyal listeners, we love you. Continue to support us, and the good Lord may continue to bless you. Thank you.